rising input service prices, enterprises have applied many measures to maintain tour prices. Large enterprises have negotiated with service providers, while small ones have tried to find restaurants further from central areas and buy cheap air tickets. Vietnam has undergone continuous financial shock in the past time, implying that there are certain problems in the local financial system. This has pushed forward a concern over whether the National Financial Supervisory Scheme has fulfilled its role. Relevant agencies have been assigned to use special tools in monitoring the market. However, the tools haven't met international standards, and at the same time, the supervisory committees haven't been given sufficient power. Currently, Vietnam is utilizing such standard safety regulations, including those related to capital, liquidity, payment capacities, business management, and risk management. But are they sufficient to ensure the safety of the current financial regulations and corridor? Mr. Vũ Viết Ngoạn, chairman of the National Financial Supervisory Commission, raised the concern in the international conference on enhancing the supervision and increasing the soundness of the financial system.
Nhiều nước trên thế giới đã ban hành nhiều tiêu chí để định dạng tập đoàn tài chính quy mô lớn có nguy cơ gây rủi ro hệ thống và áp dụng các chuẩn mực an toàn và cơ chế giám sát riêng cho nhóm định chế này. Ở Việt Nam có các quy chuẩn an toàn cho hoạt động của nhóm định chế này hay chưa?
In fact, Vietnam's regulation on financial security in the banking sector, which constitutes as much as 92% of the sector, only meets the Basel I standard, which dates back to 1992, while other countries have applied the Basel II level and striving for Basel III-1, which regulates tougher requirements on capital and provisions for risk.
In doing so, we will stress the need to assess accurately the stock of NPLs. We will stress the need to design and implementing an effective debt workout scheme. These two elements have been present in every successful restructuring program around the world. And to ensure sound flows of finance in the future, we're going to stress in particular two sets of measures.
It's easy to recognize that there's a big gap between Vietnam's and the world financial security standard requirements.
Tiêu chuẩn tài chính của Việt Nam thì nó còn xa so với tiêu chuẩn tài chính của thế giới về rất nhiều mặt, cả về kế toán lẫn cả về áp dụng những các cái chuẩn mực. Thì tỷ lệ nợ xấu như thế nào là nợ xấu thì cũng đang còn có điều rất xa. Cho nên tôi nghĩ rằng cái hệ thống tài chính của Việt Nam bây giờ thì có thể là đã có an toàn hơn, nhưng bảo rằng nó đã thực sự an toàn chưa thì tôi nghĩ rằng trên thế giới này khó có ai có thể bảo đảm rằng là một cái hệ thống tài chính nào nó thực sự là an toàn.
Experts agree that the financial security standards in Vietnam is insufficient and relevant agencies have not been given the required power in monitoring the system.
And I would even say you need financial development for financial soundness as well. For example, you need a diversified financial system to ensure a stable financial system. A financial system that is excessively bank-based tends to not to be a stable financial system. So these two concepts go hand in hand. This diagram also shows that there is something to the right of this block. What is at the right of this block? Is financial soundness an objective per se? Is it the final objective? And the answer is no.
After the international financial crisis in the past time, a lot of countries have promptly revised their financial system by passing regulations which give more independence and power to their supervisory commissions, enhancing the collaboration between relevant agencies, increasing the coordination between macro and microeconomic supervision, and establishing the framework for supervision, such as the Committee for Financial Sustainability. If Vietnam does not meet the roadmap, it will miss valuable chances to strengthen the financial system and also miss the chance to integrate international financial market. And now it's time we took a look at today's update of gold prices, forex and stock markets.